UFC 324 brings us the first card of the year and we are eating good. In the main event, we have an interim lightweight title fight that will decide who gets to face Ilia Topuria next, the return of the code in the co-main event, and the Sugar Show is back in town. What's up people, my name is Santi and in this video I'll be breaking down the UFC 324 card from top to bottom. Make sure to stay until the end to get my full predictions of the main event and to see how the winner might fare against Ilia Topuria. Before I get to the main card, I'm going to hit you guys with a speed round of predictions for the entire prelims, starting with Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. I think this is going to be a fun bantamweight fight that'll start the year off in a great way. I don't think it'll be particularly close though. I've got Smotherman winning this one. Josh Hockett versus Denzel Freeman. Give me heavyweight Colby Covington! I'm 100% sold on the Josh Hockett train. Ooh, hype train, not the train. What the f***? I'm 100% sold on the Josh Hockett hype train. And I think he gets a finish over Freeman. He's fast, has great grappling. I doubt it even goes outside the first round. Give me Josh Hockett by knockout. Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. On one hand, you have Ty Miller, an undefeated prospect with heavy hands, great boxing. And on the other side, you have Adam Fugit. Give me Ty by first round KO. Atepa Gautier versus Andre Pulaev. Atepa Gautier by knockout. I don't even think I need to explain myself, to be honest. Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. This fight is gonna be ridiculous. Both guys are having a career resurgence after a fantastic 2024 and 2025, though I think this is gonna be the end of the line for Michael Johnson. Give me Alexander Hernandez by decision. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson has a KO over Joshua Van, the reigning champ. Alex's most impressive win in the past 2 years has been with Joseph Nicolau. Though I do think that Charles Johnson wins this, I don't think it's gonna be a finish. Give me Charles Johnson by decision. Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. Who would have known that at this stage of his career, Nikita Krylov would be on a 2-fight losing streak, and not just a losing streak, a 2-fight KO losing streak. Bukauskas is very tough. I just think he's gonna out-tough Nikita Krylov. Give me Bukauskas by finish. And finally, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. We've got two great flyweights fighting for a title shot. I just think at the stage of their careers, Natalia Silva is way hungrier than Rose is. Give me Natalia Silva to win by decision. Now I know there's one more fight to the prelim, but that fight is just too good to keep it in this section. We've got to go in detail. We finally made it to the breakdowns of the big fights of the night. And the first one on the list, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Deiveson Figueiredo. This is a very important bantamweight fight between two fighters that are looking to get back into title contention. In the last pay-per-view, we saw Peter Yan regain his title after beating Merab in the rematch. And because of how dominant Merab has been as a champion, you have to assume that he's getting the title shot. Umar is coming off a hard-fought victory over Mario Batista, and Deiveson Figueiredo just beat Montel Jackson. Both of these wins were not as impressive as they would have hoped for, so you've got to imagine they're coming into this fight looking to make a statement. And I think Umar takes it. If you ask me who's hungrier between Figgy and Umar at this stage of the career, I've got to say Umar. Truth of the matter is, Figgy has already held a championship before and is already on the latter end of his career. I just think Umar has more momentum on his side despite having lost to Merab about 2 fights ago. I see Umar having a vintage performance and getting that statement that he's desperately looking for. Give me Umar by round 2 sub. Main card time. And if you've made it this far, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. Also, leave a comment about who you think is gonna win the main event. Fine, okay. Back in the groove. We're so back, guys. We're so back. It's incredible just how back we are. Main card time. And if you made it this far, please make sure to drop a like, drop a follow, and leave a comment about who you think is gonna win the main event. Please, thank you. First fight of the main card, we've got the homie Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. I think we're all aware about what happened to Gene Silva last time he was in the octagon. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, Diego Lopez sent him to the Shadow Realm with a spinning elbow. Because of this, I see Gene Silva coming into this fight guns blazing, trying to make a statement and make people forget what happened last time. On the other hand, we have Arnold Allen, who hasn't fought in a year and a half and will have to be very careful in this matchup. And as an Arnold Allen fan, I am very worried. Arnold needs to wrestle Gene. We all saw how easy it was for Diego to take Gene down. And I believe Arnold has the strength to do the same. I am curious to see what has changed since the last time Arnold fought. I just think that this matchup is way too much too soon. Gene is a ferocious counter-striker. And unfortunately, Arnold Allen's chin is not the best we've seen. I mean, he got dropped by Movsar Evloev, the guy who hasn't gotten a knockout in his entire career. I just see Gene putting up a vintage performance and catching Arnold Allen by surprise. though I'd be very happy to be proven wrong. Maybe if Allen hadn't taken this year-long layoff, maybe I'd pick differently. But I've got Gene Silva winning this by submission, probably in the first or second round. Next up, we have Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. This fight is gonna be fucking awesome, and it's probably gonna last a minute and a half too. Waldo is coming off a great win against Shamil Gaziev, and Derek Lewis just beat Talson Teixeira, despite it being a weird finish. Both of those fights lasted less than a minute and a half. Both of these guys have insane power, and you can probably flip a coin on who's gonna get who out of there first. Though I do think the momentum is on Waldo's side, Derek Lewis doesn't give a shit. He holds the record for most UFC knockouts for a reason. Derek might be 40 years old, but the power he holds is undeniable. Waldo needs to be very, very careful. Yes, Waldo is very good at countering and striking from a distance, but in this fight he has a reach disadvantage. If he can pepper Derek with shots and move out the way of the big right hand, we have seen Derek get put away due to volume. And I do believe that Waldo has the ability and power to pull it off. Give me Salsa Boy by first round KO. Alright, so a little breaking news. Kayla Harrison is out of her fight against Amanda Nunes. That is a shame and a half. The only interesting fight in bantamweight, in that bantamweight division, and it's gone. Just like that. It's gone. Gonzo's. And I had filmed already my predictions and everything. I don't know if they're gonna have a, how do you call it? I don't think they're gonna give Amanda a replacement. I just think they're gonna like cancel the fight all throughout. But that the off chance that Amanda is still fighting, she's beating anyone in that top 10. So I honestly don't care. Yeah, what a shame. Damn, that's tough. Sean O'Malley is back and not in a title fight for the first time in 3 years, and he's going against Song Yadong, who's coming off of a weird win against Henry Cejudo. Both guys have two things in common. They're itching for a rematch against Peter Yan for the title, and they're simply just wanting to go back into the title picture. And knowing the UFC, they are salivating at the thought of giving Sean O'Malley another title shot. Mark my words, this fight is going to be the best fight of the night. I know Justin Gaethje's in the main event, but I do not care. Both of these guys love to strike. They both have incredible chins. They both have insane power for the weight division, and they've both shown that they love to scrap. I think they both have the necessary tools to beat each other on any given night. But in T-Mobile Arena, in front of a big crowd for the first pay-per-view of the year, and in desperate need of getting back into the win column, I think Sean O'Malley's going to fight a very smart fight until he gets hit clean by Song. I can see Sean dancing around Song Yadong for the first few rounds of the fight, throwing a lot of volume. But against Song, a lot of volume comes a lot of openings. Unless Sean gets a KO in the first few seconds, he is going to get hit clean in this fight. And when he does, that's when the real fight starts. Both of these guys are going to be extremely hungry for the win in this fight, looking for a title shot. And I think the one to come out of this shootout victorious is going to be Sean O'Malley. I do think Sean O'Malley is going to get rocked big time in this fight, but I think he's too tough to be put away, and this fight is most likely going to go the distance. I think Sean O'Malley is simply going to outpace him by a long shot, and I think he's going to win a unanimous decision. Probably a close 29-28, but a very fun fight. And finally, we get to the main event of the evening. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. Here's the crazy stat that I got for you. Gaethje is one fight bonus away from getting $1 million total in his career, purely off of fight bonuses. He is at $950,000 worth of fight bonuses. That's crazy. He already is the leader in UFC history of getting the most fight bonuses, and he's one away from being the only person in UFC history to get $1 million worth of fight bonuses throughout his career. And honestly, it's probably never going to be replicated again. So enjoy Justin Gaethje while we still have him, because we know he's at the latter half of his career. And I've seen a lot of discourse online where people say that Justin Gaethje's washed and too old. And out of those two things, there's only one of them that's true. He's getting old. But no, he's not washed whatsoever. He's only lost to the best of the division, and he has bounced back from every single one of those losses. Though I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think this is a favorable matchup for either one of these two guys. But I think it's even less favorable for Paddy. Yes, Paddy has an incredible ground game. But if there's one thing that's true about Paddy Pimblett's ground game, it's that he doesn't have good takedowns. And for those that are unaware, Justin Gaethje has some of the best takedown defense in the entire division. So Justin has incredible takedown defense, has nukes for hands, and we all know Paddy's biggest weakness is leaving his chin up in the air. And I know he has been working on it for his fight against Michael Chandler, and I sure hope he has for this fight against Justin Gaethje. But it is Paddy's biggest, most prominent issue that he has in his game. Now, if there's one thing that we can all agree on, is that this fight is not going the distance whatsoever. Now, believe it or not, neither Paddy or Justin have ever gone the full distance in a 5-round fight in the UFC. Justin is the only one to go to 5 rounds in his fights, but he's either gotten a brutal knockout or has gotten brutally knocked out in the 5th. On the other hand, we have seen glimpses of greatness in Paddy, especially with how ferocious he is when he's hunting down a finish. When he hurts someone, the following combination is going to be thrown with murderous intent. But when you're going against someone as tough as Justin Gaethje, I don't know if that's a good thing. All in all, to encompass my full prediction, I think Paddy needs to fight a perfect fight compared to Justin, who needs to worry about 2 big things: the big power shots coming his way and avoid going to the ground at all costs. Other than that, I think Justin just needs to fight the same way that he does in every single fight. In a 5-round fight, the odds lean in Justin's favor, and that's why I see him winning this fight. I do think Paddy will have his moments, but I just see Gaethje rallying for a 4th-round TKO and winning the interim lightweight championship. To end this video, I will go over how I think Justin Gaethje will fare against the champ, Ilia Topuria. I think Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Please follow me on my other socials. I'm active on there too. Leave a comment about who you think is going to be the biggest winner of UFC 324. And be sure to subscribe for more breakdowns like these. We've got yet another crazy card coming in next week, so be sure to tune in for that. I love you guys, and I'll see you when I see you.